some noise for your amazing host.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sandals Church Kids. My name is John.
And my name is Joelle.
And we are so excited you are here with us. At Sandals Church, we are all about the vision of being real with ourselves, God, and others.
Today, we are in week 5 of our series, Connect the Dots.
That's right. We have a pre-show, worship, and a Bible story.
So do you want to see the big picture of your life? Let's check it out.
Coming up.
Have you ever heard of the game Cross, Paper, Scissors? We're playing best out of 3.
Now, I have played rock, paper, scissors, but I have never seen cross, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that might not be fair because Cross would always win.
True. All right, so we are in week 5 of our series, Connect the Dots, which brings us to the story of the favorite child, Joseph, in Dreamers versus Schemers in Genesis chapter 37. We'll learn how Joseph was betrayed and mistreated by his brothers, but that God still had a plan for him. Now, what is your guys' favorite piece of clothing and who gave it to you?
I'm gonna have to say my jersey from my favorite hockey team. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I sleep in it.
My favorite piece of clothing is actually a big sweater thing my son's got me for my birthday. It's like a big cuddly blanket that turns into a sweater that you can wear like a robe. So basically just a big, huge, flowy robe.
Sounds pretty comfortable. All right, so now you guys, I can't wait to learn more about how God still had a plan for Joseph after he was betrayed by his brothers. But first, let's jump into one of our favorite segments, pre-show.
What is up, my friends? Mrs. Coyote here, and I have something super special to share with you today. But before I share that with you, we're gonna take a little journey to the past. I want all of you to imagine March of 2020. You guys remember that time? That was a time where a lot of things closed. You couldn't go anywhere. We were all kind of in our house. We started, taking family walks. We had our groceries delivered. A lot of things changed that year. And something really, really special started in Sandals Church Kids of that year. So if you remember, we couldn't meet at our Sandals Church campuses. We were hanging out with you guys online only at sandalskids.tv, or if you were watching us on YouTube. And around that time, we started something brand new called Mail Time. The reason we started it was because we couldn't hang out with you guys. We weren't able to see you in person, and we wanted to figure out a really fun way to stay connected, to communicate with you guys, and give you guys an opportunity to still be a part of what Sandals Church Kids was doing. So after we started Mail Time, we started getting letters from you guys, and we were getting them from all over the place. And let me just show you a peek at what we've received since we started Mail Time in March of 2020. This is just maybe half of what you guys have given us. We have gotten hundreds of letters from you guys, and I also have a list of all of the places that we've received letters from. So there are 13 states that we've gotten letters from: Louisiana, New York, Kansas, South Carolina, Texas, Washington, Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, Wyoming, Mississippi, Connecticut, of course California, and we also got a letter from England. And that's all because of you guys. And here's the deal. Had you guys not written, had you guys not sent us drawings and prayers and questions, Mail Time would be over. The only reason Mail Time still exists to this day is because of you guys and your faithfulness to still want to correspond and be part of what Sandals Church Kids is doing. So, because of all of the hard work that you guys have done and all of the letters you have written, I want to give you guys a gift. Now, I have the gift here with me, and you're gonna recognize this particular character. When you see this character, you know it's Mail Time. Maybe you've gotten a letter in the mail where you've seen him. That's right, if you know who I'm talking about, shout it out. Louis letter. So you guys, check this out. We actually got this in the mail. This is a plush Louis letter, and I wish I had 175 of these to give out to you, but for now, I'm gonna hang on to him. I'm gonna look after him. But you guys, the only reason Louis letter has traveled around the world again is because of you. So I wanna share this with you today. I just wanna show him off. He's got a little envelope situation going on back here. He is our favorite mascot for Mail Time. So This is a gift for all of us to share in together and to be super excited about mail time. So here's the deal. Mail time isn't over. We're gonna keep going, and I wanna take mail time to the next level, and I want you guys to help me out. Now, like I said, you guys have sent drawings and prayers and questions. I know you've asked Mr. Coyote to draw a lot of different things. You've talked about how many times my hair has changed colors, which I love, but here's what I would love. I would love to see more of what you guys can do. So we wanna see your poems. We definitely wanna see your drawings. We wanna see your stories that you've written. Maybe you can send us pictures. We wanna know more about you. So when you guys are sending these letters, think about, hey, what is a talent or a skill or gift that I can share with Sandals Church kids? We wanna see it right here. And don't forget, I mentioned that we've gotten letters from 13 states and 1 other country, and I think we can get all 50 states and a bunch more countries from around the world. So this is my challenge to you guys. Let's keep mail time going. Let's keep spreading Sandals Church kids across the world, and let's tell everybody about the good news of Jesus and the awesome stuff we're doing right here. Thank you, Sandals Church kids, for making mail time a real thing and for making it as awesome as it is. So from us to you guys are awesome. We love you, and let's keep going.
All right, friends, we're gonna jump into a time of worship together.
Worship is a great opportunity for you to think about God and thank Him for all He has done for you.
Now's a chance for you to get real with yourself and with God. Take some time to think about where you are right now. Did you maybe have a great week? Or did you have a very difficult week? Maybe you just need a moment to think about it or pray about it.
You can close your eyes and just be still, or you can lift your hands up to God and follow the motions from the video. How you want to worship God is up to you.
Okay, everyone, get up on those feet and let's worship.
Dear enemy, you were just a part of the plan for the hope and the future I now have. Dear enemy, my God is the master creator. Everything is better in His hands. You meant to hurt me, but God turned your evil into good. Sticks and stones. He's cooking me a feast with your fire. Yeah, He's using you to help me grow. He's pointing me to life with your arrows. He's building a throne with your sticks and stones. He's cooking me a feast with your fire. Yeah, He's using you to help me grow. To hurt me, but God turned your evil into good.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Whoa!
Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I want
Be like him.
to
Wanna be like
him.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Whoa!
Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I wanna hug my mama extra tight. I wanna read my Bible every night. I wanna put loose trash in the garbage bin. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna help someone realize their full potential. Wanna comb my hair and brush my dentals. Wanna help my best friend learn to swim. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna spend more time with my family. I wanna find another good book to read. I wanna have more workouts at the gym. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna eat my veggies and learn kung fu. Wanna be nice to the animals at the zoo. Wanna memorize Luke 2:52. But most importantly, I wanna be like you.
Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. I want to be like you.
Welcome back from worship, everyone, and we are in week 5 of our series, Connect the Dots.
This week, we'll see how God knows our future, and that means we can trust God, even when things go wrong.
All right, friends, now for the moment we've all been waiting for, our Bible story from Genesis chapter 37. So grab a pencil and help us connect the dots.
Imagine if your best friend in the entire world had to move away. It would probably be pretty sad, right? It's hard to be without your best friend.
But what if one day you were sitting alone and you met another kid, and that kid told you that their best friend moved away too? You would both know exactly how the other one felt. And then all of a sudden, you and that kid became each other's best friends. And your new friend was with you no matter what.
You would do everything together and share your whole life with them. And maybe you are even better friends than you were with your friend that moved away. That would actually be pretty cool. It's something that started out being a bad thing, but turned into something good. And it reminds me of a story in the Bible about a kid named Joseph.
So we left off in our story last week about the family of Abraham, with Abraham's grandson, Jacob. And Jacob had a dream about God and a ladder to heaven. Now we're going to fast forward in Jacob's life a little bit to when he was an old man and he had 12 sons.
Remember how God promised he would have a big family? Well, he definitely did. So out of Jacob's 12 sons, there was one son named Joseph who was his favorite. Joseph was one of the youngest sons, and Jacob loved him a ton.
Jacob even gave him a special jacket. All of the other brothers knew Joseph was the favorite. And guess what? They didn't like it at all. Then Joseph had some dreams where God showed him that he would be in charge of all of his older brothers. These dreams made his brothers so angry, and they decided to do something terrible. They were going to kill Joseph.
Time out. Why did God let this bad thing happen to Joseph for no reason? And also, why do bad things happen to anyone at all? It's a really, really good question that really smart people have been talking about for forever. We know that God is all powerful and in charge of everything, right? So why does he let bad stuff happen? Well, first, we have to understand that God does not cause or make bad things happen. Our sin, or the sin of other people, or the fact that the world itself is broken because of sin is how bad things happen. But God does allow bad things to happen to people. In fact, we are promised in the Bible that hard things will happen to us if we choose to follow God. Don't worry though, we're also promised that God will be with us the whole time and that those bad things will never go to waste. God always uses those hard things to help bring us closer to him or to help show other people who he is and how much he loves them. He always turns something bad into something good. Sometimes God shows us how things turn into good in our life, but sometimes we might not ever see how something turns into good. But God always sees it. He's the one who makes it happen. So next time you see someone going through a hard time, or maybe you're going through a hard time yourself, just remember that God will turn it into something good. Okay, time in.
One of the brothers named Reuben at the last minute stepped in to stop them. So instead, they didn't kill him, but they ended up throwing Joseph in a pit and then selling him to some Egyptians so he could be their servant. Joseph was ripped away from his family and his dad who loved him. They wanted their dad to believe that Joseph was dead. So to convince him, they took Joseph's special jacket and put goat's blood on it and lied.
It sounds like Joseph was having the worst day of his life. How could this story ever get turned around? His brothers hated him so much that they tried to kill him. His dad thought he was dead and he was a servant in a foreign country.
But God knew everything that had happened to Joseph and that his story wasn't over yet. And we'll see next week that Joseph actually becomes one of the most powerful men in the world. But he couldn't have gotten there without going through this awful situation. God knew exactly what would happen to Joseph's life, and he knows exactly what will happen in each one of ours too. So let's take a look at today's one thing. The one thing to remember is that God knows our future.
Sometimes life is kind of like this piece of paper. We think that our life should be easy and simple and that nothing bad should ever happen to us. But to be honest, life isn't like that at all. It's much more complicated. Lots of things happen in our lives that are painful or that we don't understand. Maybe you get bullied at school by someone who is supposed to be your friend, or maybe your parents get divorced, or you have to move away from your hometown, or maybe you or someone you love gets really sick. There are a lot of hard things that happen in life, and it hurts to go through those things. But we can't forget that God is on our side. He allows some things to happen to us that are hard, but he knows our future and he says that it will all work out for our good. We can have faith that he will be with us through the hard things in life and then use those things to help bring us something good later on. Let's check out our action step for today. Our action step is we can trust God when things go wrong.
Hey guys, my name's Allie, and I want to tell you at a time I trusted God when things went wrong in my life. When I was in 3rd grade, my mom and I moved to a brand new city, and this meant I had to go to an all new school. And I did not want to go. I was really scared because I thought I wasn't gonna make any friends and no one was gonna like me. Every morning before school, I would wake up and beg my mom to let me stay home from school. And she would always say no. Instead, she would remind me that as long as I trust God, I could get through anything. So, to help me through this hard time, my mom and I started praying every morning before school. We would pray and ask God to give me courage to help me trust Him, even when things were hard. Pretty soon, going to school wasn't so tough anymore. I started to make new friends and had awesome teachers, and I even loved playing handball at recess. When I first found out that I was moving, everything felt wrong. But when I learned to trust God, He showed me that there were actually amazing things that could come out of this. Just like how I trusted God when I was worried about starting a new school, you guys can trust God when things go wrong in your life too.
Let's say our memory verse from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. It says, "You meant to hurt me, but God turned your evil into good. It was to save the lives of many people."
I think that verse is pretty cool, and I think I'm actually gonna work on memorizing it.
I love that. And you guys, we hope you learned something new. And remember the one thing for today is God knows my future.
And what can you do about that? You can trust God when things go wrong. We can have peace and hope when life is hard because we can lean on a God who cares for us.
These are some great things you can talk about with others starting today.
Now, before we end, we're gonna go into one more song of worship together. So go ahead and stand up, and we'll see you in a minute.
In the darkness, you are righteous. Jesus, you are the rightful King. Never changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You will take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves His praises loud. So I will praise His name, praise His holy name, praise His name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of His righteousness and praise His name. Here we go. In the darkness, you were righteous. Jesus, you are the rightful King. Never changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You'll take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves His praises loud. So I will praise His name, praise His holy name, praise His name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of His righteousness and praise His name. Oh, we might seem small singing in this room, but we aren't alone. No, we join in a choir of believers, billions strong. We sing praise His name, praise His holy name, praise His name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of His righteousness and praise His name. Praise His name, praise His holy name,
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. And one last thing before we go. You can click on the download button below and get your Get Real guide so you can always go back and reread today's Bible story.
Yeah, and maybe even hang it on your fridge at home for your whole family to check out.
And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/sandalskids, and there is so much for you to watch on there anytime you want.
Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Whoa, hold on. Don't leave yet. We still have mail time to do. And you know what? We've got some awesome mail from Sandals Church Kids that we're going to read in one of our favorite segments called Mail Time. So we're taking a look at 3 letters today, and our first one is from Jameson. And you want to know what Jameson challenged? He challenged Mrs. Coyote to draw a shark.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Obviously, I don't draw like
Why would you say that? Everyone draws.
On this show.
Oh, on this show.
Yeah. But okay, Jameson, if you don't know, sharks are both my least favorite animal and my favorite animal. So I'm actually really, really excited. My all-time favorite shark is great white sharks.
Okay,
so
I think enough talking about it. Why don't you just draw it?
let's do it. Okay, here we go, Jameson. Great white shark. All right, Jameson, there is your great white shark. I hope you enjoyed doing that. I love drawing it. Thanks for challenging it.
Also, Jameson sent us another drawing,
Number 2.
which is a picture of him with a Pokemon.
Oh,
And this is so cool. The Pokemon's name is Pokebun.
that's adorable.
Which is really fun. So it's like Pokemon mixed with a bunny, but also Pikachu.
I pictured dim sum.
I just love this picture, and maybe I'm assuming that it's a Pikachu because of the colors. I don't know. I just like the name Pokebun. I think
Adorable.
that is super fun. Thank you for that awesome letter. Our second letter is from Logan, and Logan did something that I love to see in letters, which is he made his own comic for us.
Ooh.
Now, this comic, I'm gonna read it to you, and see if you can follow along. It says, "The burglars are stealing burgers. Catch them." And then they're stealing In-N-Out burgers right here.
see that.
But check this out. I'm gonna do the voices too. "Never fear, Captain Hot Dog and General Taco are here." Oh my goodness. And then there's definitely like a capture moment going on with zing, pow, hiya, shubba-da-da. And then at the end, little cliff note, it says, "Captain Hot Dog was carrying a goat." I love that.
So fun.
Logan, this is a fantastic comic. Please keep going and keep sending us these awesome letters. And our last letter today is from Capri, and I love the envelope you sent. And Capri challenged me to draw a narwhal, which I'm very excited to do. So Capri, let's draw a narwhal. All right, Capri, there is my narwhal. It's pretty fun, and I think I've said this before, that basically to draw like a narwhal or a unicorn, you just draw whatever you want and you put a horn on it. Tip of the day.
So great. She also drew her very own narwhal. She drew a couple other illustrations of Mr. and Mrs. Coyote dancing. We like to dance.
We like to dance.
So fun. And then the last thing she asked, she says, "Can you guys pray for my mom and dad as they do their marriage class?" Capri, super fun fact. We were actually in the marriage class that your mom and dad lead a few years back, and your parents are awesome. So make sure you pass along that fun note. And Capri, I think you're awesome as well. Thank you so much for these super, super great drawings, and we will definitely be keeping keeping your mom and dad in prayer. All right, so here's the deal. Logan, Capri, and Jameson, thank you so much for your letters. And because you wrote to us and we have your address, we are going to be sending you guys a note in the mail along with some super exclusive Sandals Church Kids stickers. And for the rest of you that would love to send us mail, there's 2 ways you can do it. Send us a mail in the mailbox at 150 Palmerita Avenue, Riverside, California, 92507, or send us an email at mail@sandalskids.com. We love hearing from you guys. We hope that you have a great week.